Hello fellas, welcome to another video, welcome to 2026 project. I've done it again, haven't I? So this year I couldn't resist not to go at the auction sites, and for some reason I've been attracted to these motorcycles. I placed a bid. I wasn't sure if I get it because the reserve wasn't met. So yeah, a phone call later I've purchased this 2018 FJR1300A with electronic suspension. Usually I don't make such purchases, and I don't recommend you guys buying anything from the auction, especially motorcycles, because you really don't know what you're buying. With the Triumph it was a little bit of a different story. When I bought that one, the bike turned up to be in really good condition, in all Triumph service history, really well maintained, including the valve service. But with this one, unfortunately, it has a very weird story. On the registration document, I found out when it turned up, obviously, it's been a lease bike. Now, I've called the lease company because obviously I had the name on the registration documents to find out what this bike has been used for. And because of the data protection, of course, they couldn't share any information. Looking around the bike, I've noticed those decal marks or reflector marks all over the bike. This made me a little bit suspicious, and now when I've properly inspected the bike, in the fork area around the cockpit area, I've seen this sticker. Now this particular company covers the bike in reflector stickers for all the vehicles, emergency vehicles or special service vehicles. This particular sticker has a code on, so it made me a bit suspicious. Let me call this company and find out a bit more information. And here is the conversation I had with this company.
Thank you for calling PBL UK. Yep, I'm speaking. How can I help?
Good morning. My name is Alin. I'm wondering if you guys can help me. I recently purchased a motorcycle and it has your label with a phone number and a serial number on. And I'm just curious to know what this bike has been used for.
Okay, would you be able to send across the photo of the vehicle? I'm not sure if I can disclose that.
But I can give you the reg number, the serial number from the label.
Yeah, what's the one on the label?
So it's Papa Sierra.
Yeah.
Correct.
Alright, bear me just a moment.
No problem.
I can disclose this information.
See if they can disclose it. Data protection, I suppose.
Hi, thanks for waiting.
That's okay?
So it looks like this one was used on the highway.
Okay.
Alright.
No problem at all. Thank you.
Thank you then.
So yes, as you can see, this particular bike was used as a highway patrol. So yeah, has it been very well maintained? I don't know. It does have a bit of service history, but not the greatest. It's got only 3 services in 36,000 miles. But what is suspicious to me, these 36,000 miles have only been covered from 2018 to 2022, and from 2022 this bike sat still. At the auction site when I purchased it, it was disclosed in there it's been owned by finance company. Has this bike been repossessed? I don't know. Why it's been sat for 4 years? That I don't know. But the condition of the bike basically states otherwise. It's full of corrosion, as you can see, and rust in places. And also riding it home from work where it's been delivered, I've noticed a little bit of a wallow at the back end. And inspecting the bike underneath and looking at it, as you can see, shock absorber at the back is covered in oil. So if he lost all his oil or not, I don't know. But as I say, this bike is a project. I will strip the bike, clean it, clean all the panels, try to get rid of as much rust as possible, treat the bike with ACF 50, and yeah, if you guys have any idea of any other solution, please leave me a comment below. I will try my best to try everything that I can, and also what solution do I have for this shock absorber, because I don't want to ride the bike like that, especially with misses on the back going on a tour. Please leave me a comments below, and if you're new to this channel, please make sure you subscribe and yeah, be along for the journey, I suppose. Whew, that was a challenge. Now the FJR met Baby T. Finally, they are together in the man cave. Gosh, this place looks huge.
That's what she said.
So yeah, I've struggled to put it through the door. I mean, I had both doors open, but as you can see, is a step there. So to push it up on my own, oh my gosh, this is so heavy, this bike. Now it's a case of start stripping it apart and take all the fairings off and make it clean and take the rust off. But that in the future video. Project FJR is gonna be challenging, especially for me, as I don't know anything about the FJRs. Thank you guys for watching, and I should see you in the next one. Cheerio!